Okay, so here's where we stand with the tournament. MiG-29 hasn't flown yet, but he'll be up against this. This isn't today's matches, but they'll be up against the MiG-15, and then you see this guy came through, managed to outfly the F-15. I won't go through all of these, I guess, because we still have a bit to go, starting in the losers bracket for those. But this round, this is kind of what we're looking at. We're looking at F-15 versus the I-16, Mi-8 versus Su-25, UH-1 versus A-10C, P-51 versus FW-190, which it will actually be a fun matchup, but because of the way DCS is set up and these modules are set up, I'm almost certain that the FW-190 is going to win that. Gazelle versus Spitfire, that might be interesting. We haven't seen a helicopter versus monoplane yet, although this guy still just has a door gun. And then AJS versus BF-109. More than likely, what's going to happen here is this guy's just going to run out of fuel or land first. So that one's going to be boring. But that's where we sit right now. We're going to do both of, or all 6 of these from the first round of the losers bracket today. And so we start off with the I-16 versus the F-15. They merge fairly closely. And these, as we found out already, these always seem to turn into the faster jet just going full afterburner and extending, getting some distance, doing a gradual turn, while this guy's already turned around. He's already turned back around 180, and so the slower plane will chase the other one. And I don't know why they do this gradual turn before turning back in, but it's like they're trying to create distance, sort of, but not very quickly. And maybe it's because the AI is set up to be fighting against other similar generation fighters, and they don't want to fly in a straight line, I guess. That might be part of it, but so he is turning back in. That F-15 is turning back in, popping flares like we've seen them all do so far. I don't necessarily mind the flare popping, even though it's unnecessary, but that's one of the minor problems I have with the way the AI is set up. So they're gonna merge again, straight at each other. I don't know why they don't bother firing on the first pass, but I don't know. Sometimes they do. And there we go. He got some hits in. The F-15 did. Somewhere in here, I think the I-16 gets one hit in on the F-15, but going back through the footage, I couldn't see it. After the mission, I went and looked, and sure enough, he had a hit, but I couldn't see it in any of the footage. I thought I saw it while I was filming, but yeah, I couldn't see it as I was editing the video. So this guy's gonna, pump the air brake, because that's how you get better stopping power if you pump it. See, these things don't have anti-lock brakes installed. These jets don't. That didn't happen for the U.S. fighters until the F-22. So the F-22 has anti-lock brakes. Oh, there it was. There was the hit. I just now saw it in doing the voiceover. So he fired a small burst, and the F-15 got him with a heavy burst. So the I-16 goes down, and the F-15 moves on. But yeah, remember that, kids, anti-lock brakes. That's why he was pumping the air brake. So now we have the Mi-8 versus the Su-25, and believe it or not, this is going to be extremely boring. It's a race to land. I could not get these guys to fight. I tried it a couple of different ways. Actually, I've tried it several different ways. I just couldn't get them to fight. So basically what you're seeing here is this guy goes low. I forced him to stay high, and it didn't change the outcome at all. So he flies down the strip, and then this guy makes a big loop and comes in and lands, and the Su-25 lands first. In every case that I found, the Su-25 landed first, so he loses. Boo. It's really boring. I was really wanting to see, like, this guy's got a lot of guns. At least I think those are gun pods. They look like gun pods. I'd like to see him at least make an attempt. And the SU-25 can certainly knock down a helicopter. But we're going to have that same thing happen again, but this time with a UH-1 and an A-10C Warthog. And again, I apologize for the boringness of it. This guy's got a couple miniguns on there and some door guns. You know, it might be interesting to see a helicopter attempt to get some shots out the side. You know, that would be fun. I would like to try it in DCS, have some targets fly around, have my buddy Warlock pilot the helicopter and I'm in the door. That'd be awesome. So it was a race to land again, and the A-10 Warthog got there first. So he loses. And I don't know why I feel obligated to show the entire landing, but there he is. He's down, he's touched down. This guy's still in the air, so he's moving on. And I like watching those guys fly around. They sound cool, they look cool. Helicopters are pretty cool. Okay, so this one's actually a little out of order. I got them out of order. This is game 19, and I should have put 18 in next. But this is the Spitfire versus the Gazelle. This Gazelle was a little feisty against the SU-27. I don't think he shot anything, but he at least made an attempt. The Spitfire's lining up on him. Now this is a fighter, and I can get the fighters to fight. I just can't get the ground attack aircraft to fight, even though they will in the game. And there you have it. He just gave him just an insane amount of firepower there. And this was the second time I filmed it. In both cases, the Spitfire won, but I kind of messed up in the other one. And so I decided to reshoot it, and this one wound up being more exciting than the other one. So somebody please explain to me how this guy's still flying straight. I'm sure that there's the capability, some technology that could allow this. I just don't know what it is. So I would assume that he'd be out of control there without his anti-torque system going on. But maybe there's some kind of a counterweighted spinny thing inside that helps or something. I don't know. So we get a solid bounce. He does a pretty good job of landing it. Luckily, in Las Vegas, cars and fences don't have any kind of problems whatsoever with clipping and collision, so he's good. They're safe, and the Spitfire moves on. I just realized my dissolve is in the wrong spot there, and I'm not going to fix it. Next up, we have the FW190D9 and the P51 Mustang, and this is a skin that I thought was way further from being complete than this. Now I need to complete it. It's basically complete, but I need to get the spec layers lined out because I forgot about this skin, honestly. I knew I had it, but this was going to be my personal P51 skin, and then I just stopped flying the P51. Right off the bat, first merge, P51 gets some shots on the old FW190, goes vertical. You'll remember at the beginning of the video I said that I thought the FW190 was going to win this one, and look at that. Look at that. I think I nailed that. I mean, it's high visibility, which is not necessarily a good thing, but I love it. I just got to get the rest of the aircraft lined out on the spec layer, and we should be good. But now the FW190's on its back foot. It's getting chased. It's defensive. He's going vertical, try to get in a better position, but the P51 is there. Oh, almost getting in position. I don't know if that was a stall or an intentional turn, but now the P51 has the liberty of just kind of following. Some good control there. No risk of stalling out or anything like that, it doesn't look like. So staying in the offensive position, lining up for the shot, trying to finish this guy off. And there we go. textbook, really. So I was kind of surprised. They're both beautiful aircraft. They're both absolutely stunning. I'm just really impressed with how good that blue and silver on the front of the nose looks. I gotta get the rest of the plane looking that way. If I remember right, the stripes were supposed to be non-shiny and everything else was supposed to be shiny. But this was going to be my personal P-51 skin, so I'm going to admire it for a minute there. I'm really happy with it. It's kind of a fun aircraft to work with. I did the Miss America skin a long time ago, but it's kind of low res, and at the time I didn't know it, but I'd like to go in and pump up the resolution on that one a little bit. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe resubmit it. Anyway, the P-51 moving on, and that was by far the most exciting, in my opinion, the most exciting fight yet in the tournament. So I'm happy it turned out the way it was, and now we're going to go to the Viggen, and he's going to drop his gun pods. I don't know why. That's one of the things that really bugs me about the AI. They are stupid. And these are on high difficulty. He just dropped. There's some decision in the decision tree that they've coded in that just makes this guy a moron. So he's fighting the BF-109, and he doesn't stand a chance because at best he's going to run out of fuel and have to land or bail out. At absolute best. The saving grace of this fight is the BF-109 actually does a pretty good job of staying in good positions, and he gets some attempted shots off. He just had a few there, and I don't think he got him, but man, that Viggen is smoking. But the Messerschmitt was at least pulling enough lead to try to get him. I don't know why the Viggen doesn't just run away. He could literally just run away. So he drops his gun pods, and then he's wants to turn around this guy. So the AI is a little flawed there. Some of it probably can't be fixed. I mean, you can't have it all when you're talking about, this kind of. Well, I don't know. I'm not a coder, so I would concede that you can't necessarily have it all, but it seems like the AI should be able to make a little bit smarter decisions here. So anyway, they did this. They flew around a lot, basically doing it wasn't quite the fly away and then turn in. I don't think this Viggen, I think it knows that it doesn't have any weapons now. I don't know why it dropped him in the first place, but what baffled me is it would come in close, almost like it's daring the Messerschmitt to fire at him, like it's trying to make him run out of ammo or something. I don't know. But he would fly in close and then fly away, and then do loops around him for a while. I don't know. The Viggen's an impressive aircraft, though. I don't own it, but it looks like it's just really fast and probably pretty fun to fly. I like the reverse thrust kind of capability of it, where it can close up the back and force thrust to kind of come out the sides. I don't know exactly how it works, but it closes. There's a thing in there that closes off and redirects the thrust. So he's low on fuel. He's coming into land, and that gives this guy just a prime opportunity to get in position here. Now, just like the F-86, he's going to struggle a little bit to stay behind, as I struggled to keep them both in frame. The Viggen's struggling a little bit too. I keep thinking this Messerschmitt's gonna try to burn him, but he kind of loses track. They get close. I don't know where to look. So I change camera views. He goes high, which is smart. He goes way high, loops over the top. Very, very classic. Trade that energy for a little altitude, stay behind the aircraft, and bring it back in behind him. Now the trick here is not to overshoot, and I'm not sure where the plane went. Oh, there he is, and doesn't take much. So there you have it. The Viggen is out, and we have seen our first full eliminations today in these 6 matches, and we've seen some of the losers bracket move on and stay alive, so it's going to get more interesting hopefully as we go forward. But that's it for this round. That's the entire first round done. first round of the starting bracket and the losers bracket. So we will move back up to the winners side for the second round in the next video. Thanks for watching.